Hi, this is Amy, and I'm going to show you some things about Microsoft Forms and just give you an overview of what I do and how I use Forms. So here's when I open up Microsoft Forms, here's what I see in my forms. I have some forms and I have some quizzes. I've been using this for a long time, so you can see I have lots of different ones. I use them for attendance purposes on Wednesdays. I have surveys where students give me ideas for drawing prompts, as you can see this one right here. A lot of responses in this one. I can go in and quickly check responses, and I can see the responses to quizzes and things that they answer in their forms. So basically, I need to make one for an assignment coming up. And so what I do is in OneNote, I have all my content, and I need a form survey for this assignment, which is called Camera Basics. It's in Module 1. And basically, they're watching these two videos, and after the videos, they are going to go and look at their camera or their smartphone, and they're going to identify special features in their camera or smartphone, and they're going to answer questions in a survey about what kind of things do you have in your camera? What do you have in your phone? So I've got my lesson done. I'm ready to make my form. So I'm going to go back to Forms, and I'm going to just click New Form. And for this one, I'm going to call this one Period 4, Module 1, Camera Basics Survey. And here I'll just add a description. Sometimes I take it right from the information in my OneNote. I highly recommend that. Makes things easier. Identify special features of your camera or smartphone. Camera with this form survey. Here we go. So then the next thing, actually, if you want to, you can add a picture. You can insert an image if you would like. You can search for things in Bing. You can upload whatever you want. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. It really depends on how much time you have, how fun you want to make it. So what I just did was I'm going to add a question. So you can do a choice. And if you do a choice, you type in your question and you can put the options here. And we'll just make it simple, like, what is your favorite color? Then you could just say blue, red, and etc. And it even gives you suggestions. Oh, look, I can just do yellow. I can do suggestions. And you can add an option. You can have other. There we go. If you don't like one, you're like, oh, I don't really want that. I can delete it. Okay. You can actually make this required. You can also do multiple answers, but keep an eye on what your question is. Also, one little hint for you, I have Grammarly on my computer. It's a Google add-on extension. It is not working with Microsoft Forms recently, and it is crashing my computer. So as you can see up here, I have Grammarly off when I'm using Forms. It's just not working. So unfortunately, my spell check isn't working on the Forms because my computer can't handle Grammarly and Forms at the same time. That's new. I'm not sure what's going on. So you may have to turn off Grammarly if you use it. Okay. So I don't want multiple answers on this one. I just want the question and I want them to choose. You can also move them in different locations if you would like. Okay, so now I want to add a new one. Let's say you want to add a question that they're going to type something in. So you would choose text. So you would ask your question here, what kind, oh, I'm not very good at my typing today. Okay. What kind of camera are you using for our class? And so here they can answer with whatever, but I always choose long answer because that's really important that you give them a chance to say what they really need to say. All right, let's see what else we have. There's a rating you can do where you can ask a question and then you can have them choose 0 stars to 5 stars. So levels, you can go like, I just want to like choose 3 levels. You can have a star or a number if you want. Usually I choose a star. Down here, it allows you to label these. Like a 1 star is never. 3 stars is always. So it gives you, oh, I can't spell. Type. Okay. So you can type your question here and then it gives you like a range. Then the next one is you can do other things. So just play around with these and find what you like. You can add different sections. I often do that if I'm doing like a professional instructional design project and I need stakeholders' opinions or I have big sections to questions. Then I'll have like section 1, this, section 2, this, or a final type exam or really serious quiz that I need students to take. But for short things in forms, I wouldn't use sections. It makes it complicated. Okay, so let's say you want to see what this looks like. So go and click the preview button, and then you can actually read through your survey. Spell check, you can see how it works. You can actually take your survey and see if it works. And then you can actually click submit. If you want to, it says something went wrong. Please try again. Well, it's probably just because it's practice. Okay, so you can actually see your responses when students respond. You'll see their name. You can actually export it as an Excel spreadsheet. Warning, when you export the Excel spreadsheet, you have to do a few things in order to, say, take attendance quickly. And you'll find that you'll have to enable editing. Then you'll have to select the column and sort it alphabetical so you can find students quicker. And then you'll have to have two screens. You'll have to have your attendance on one, and you'll have to have your Excel document on the other, or pop them together in one screen with two windows open. And that's how I take attendance. Sounds crazy? That's what we're given. So anyway, back to the questions in the forms here. Once you get your survey done and you're happy with it, you can actually change the theme. You can just change the background to whatever you want. I used to have more here. They kind of come and go. I don't know what's going on. Microsoft. Anyway, you can also customize your theme. You can customize the color. If you have hex code, you can put it in. You can also go and search for something like landscape. I have mine set to search Creative Commons images. Let's say you want this one. You can add it. And then once you add it, it will put it in your background. So it used to be able to save a whole bunch of them. Now it doesn't really do that. So that's exciting. I'm not sure why. I used to have numerous ones down here, but I don't anymore. I can just use one at a time. That's what it is. So there we go. There's my survey. And then I might want to preview it again and see what it looks like. Oh, it's kind of nice. Right. So let's say my survey's done and I'm ready to go. Oh, by the way, you can also check to see what it's going to look like on a mobile. I do this a lot when I'm working for things outside of the school district on my own. If I want to send out something to clients in a survey. So let's say I'm ready. You can also, by the way, change these things here where you have multilingual. You can add different languages, print forms, things like that. But you probably won't need too much of that. I have used this many times before. I can add additional languages if I need to. You can. It's actually quite easy to add different languages. Okay, so, and I do use that for my ELL learners if I need to. Then I'm ready to share. So what I normally do is I just go to my share button, and only people in my organization can respond, or anyone with the link. It's up to you what you need. I just click the copy button. Then I just go right to my OneNote. And I just select this and right click it. I'm going to add a link, and let me just Control V and paste that into my address and click OK. And then I check my link to make sure it's going to work. Here's what it's going to look like. It's working. Yay. That's exciting. So that's basically my form survey share. There's other ways you can do it. You can email it out and embed it. Honestly, this is what I use. You can also just paste it right into Teams. Warning though, I've had some times where I've taken that link and I've copied it and I've put it right into Teams and I pushed it out to students and the link didn't work. There's something up. And I go back and I paste it in again and the link doesn't work. So always test your links. Then I have to redo it, and then hey, miraculously it does, or I copy it from OneNote and put the OneNote link into Teams and then it works. Very strange. The other thing you can do, which I do a lot, is I can get a link to duplicate this. Let's say I need one for period 5 and period 6. Instead of doing the whole thing again, just go click link to a duplicate. Copy that link so it's ready to paste. I go create a new tab, and then I just paste it in, click the enter key, and here it creates it for me, but it's not ready yet. I have to click duplicate it. Then it makes a copy for me, which is really great. So I can just go, oh, I need one for period 2, and I want to get rid of the word copy. And if there's anything specific for period 2 that I need to do, I'm all set. What I also do, though, to keep myself situated, is I change the background so I know that this is different. Sometimes I don't want to miss that. This is a different form for a different class. Then I'll do the same thing again. I'll go copy it and I'll paste it, and I'll go into another class. Let's say this is another class right here. I can also just paste it in like that. Warning, another warning, if you just do this, it doesn't tell you what the forms is. So kids might get confused. I know I get confused when people just put those in there. And then I say, oh, go do the forms. What forms? Well, if it's associated with an assignment and it's embedded in the assignment, that's great. You can also type in what you want to call it, camera survey forms. Oh, there we go. And then just do the same thing I did before. Right click link and then add that link in. Still, and there we go. I often take this thing out because it's confusing for my students. I don't find it beneficial to have that little picture there. You might. I have no idea. So choose what works best for you. And then always check your links. See if it works. There we go. It's working. And then as you can see by all the forms I have a lot. I have one I just made today. I practiced some Photoshop tools today. This is one I'm pushing out to my students soon, where I found a cool picture of tools in the background, and I'm having them respond with questions about tools that they practiced with. This really gives me, and I can actually put it up live as they're answering the questions and show them. Here's one that I did that I really like, and the responses are fun because this is what my students are doing for drawing. And I asked them to create the drawing prompts so we can use their answers for drawing prompts. And I even get questions like, what's a drawing prompt? Help me, please. I need some help, which is really great. So as soon as I see that, I send a message to the student and I explain it to them. It's just a really great check-in. I use this for attendance as well. And honestly, I get really surprised sometimes about the lack of responses for attendance. I make it super obvious about what they're supposed to do. But here's a class where I had 18 responses. Not bad. This was a Wednesday attendance quiz from last week. Tell me where you are with our Photoshop setup. What was the most challenging part? So I often just give them one to click. It's easier. And then I can look at their responses and I can see graphs straight away. I'm done, or I need help. I'm still working. This is really good for me. I have one student who read through the OneNote and again, and it helps. It's really a good gauge of what's happening. And sometimes I throw in something really fun at the end, like, what's your favorite sea creature? Just for the heck of it. Also here, like I said before, you can open in Excel and you can see, I'm not going to open that now because I don't want to give away any student names, but I really, really hope that helps and gives you a little overview of what I do in Microsoft Forms. Thanks for watching.